I may not have had the best major league career, but I relish in the fact that I went I went down, 12 times and I came back up 12 times. That to me is I could have been a one and done, a cup of coffee. Oh well, this guy doesn't throw 95. But every time I got an opportunity to prove that I could do it, it was something that made me viable and able to come back to the major league level. So that chip on my shoulder from being a 30th round pick when I had played in the Cape Cod League against guys that were all going in the top 10 rounds. And yet I was an all-star. We won a championship. And I felt like I could compete on that level. But of course, I wasn't 6'5". I didn't throw 96 miles an hour. So I was going to have to prove myself. And that to me was everything. But that opportunity, just to get that opportunity and having a 30th round and 100 rounds even, because those guys never really pan out. But it's still for some kid who's been busting his tail his whole life, just to have that opportunity, even if it's for one summer, it makes it all worthwhile. That grind in the minor leagues, traveling to all those cities, taking the bus, eating peanut butter and jelly every single day, living 5, 6 in a 2-bedroom apartment, trying to make that. People don't realize, like that class action lawsuit about, saying how the minor leagues, you're making $2.50 an hour. It really resonated with someone like myself because, the bonus wasn't it. It was just about the opportunity, right? Let me get my foot in the door and let me prove to you that I'm worth way more than $2,500. That's all my plan was, right? It turns into a 19-year professional career and I played all over the world, but it doesn't happen to everyone. And I talk to kids all the time during that grind. And how many times did we pull the old switcheroo on buying a TV and using it for 29, not 30 days and bringing it back to Walmart so that we got our money back and we can then use it to buy another TV. One of the other guys, the other roommates would buy it. And then whoever was starting got the bed when, the other guy got the air mattress. That stuff, it happened all the way up to that AAA level. And here you are, you're one phone call away from the bright lights and everything else. And nobody can fathom what you have to go through to play this game. And that even if you're married, you have a kid, you have a home somewhere else, now you're paying 2 mortgages. If you're driving a second car, that's 2 car payments. Everything is in half. You're sending money home. It very quickly, and you're worried about putting up numbers because you realize, you could see it stacked against you, how many pitchers there are, how many guys are, just waiting to take your spot on that roster, whether it's AA or AAA. It's not very easy and it's not the glamorous life. And a lot of kids who they sign, say, out of high school, and the maturity level, which you touched on, Glendon, is huge because a lot of kids come out of high school and they've never even been outside of their town. They've been the biggest thing in their little town. And then they go to play pro ball and it's like, I don't really want to do it. We had a guy with the Mets who signed for over 800,000, first rounder, a high school kid, and he had never been away from his mom and dad. Went away from his mom and dad for a summer in Pittsfield, Massachusetts, and you know all about that, Scott. And next thing you know, he quits. He's like, nah, I'm good. I don't really like this baseball thing that much. Hung it up at the ripe old age of, I think it was 19.
90% of the game is half mental, as they say.
Isolate Night with Scott Rogowsky, live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern.